I personally helped 6 of my friends and this guy double their income in less than a year. This is a system literally anyone can use to accelerate their own life. It's like flipping your life to easy mode. But first, have you ever wondered why other people advance further and faster through life seemingly without effort? Are they just lucky? Secret geniuses? The most likely answer is that they have help that you don't yet. The problem with life is that it's like walking through fog. Being unable to see ahead, you must blindly persevere, feeling your way forward foot by foot. Looking backwards after every success, the hidden path you traveled seems strikingly straightforward, with many shortcuts you never saw. So how do these people get so far ahead? Well, they had a guide pointing out all the shortcuts and opening hidden doors. You need a guide. Now, I don't have the statistics to prove my you need a guide theory, but my anecdotal personal experience is shockingly relevant here. And I promised you the story of how I helped my 6 friends and this guy double their income. I went to college and studied mechanical engineering, and we mechies spent our time on gears and levers, bending and breaking things. I had friends in many different majors, some of them software engineers. Those softies spent their times on ones and zeros, hacking and cracking code. We all parted ways after graduation. I went on to spend a decade as a mechanical engineer, and while some of my meticulously minded mechanical mates delighted in designing planes, trains, and automobiles, many of us were slightly green with envy at the money and, dare I say, social status of our software-slinging schoolmates. Yet despite this veritable forest of envy, I don't know anyone who left to get a job in big tech. It's definitely possible that many did, and I simply didn't know it. I was a nerdy introvert after all. But the whole company was full of nerdy introverts, and this is precisely the kind of thing we would have talked about instead of working. Did you hear Mark went to work on the metaverse? Well, he never did have a grasp on reality. Hey, back to work. Then, through a combination of good luck and leak code, I got a big tech software job. Now, this isn't bragging to say I'm a genius. I'm not. Because the interesting thing is, over the subsequent 2 years, I helped 6 of my former coworkers make this jump also. And this guy I didn't know, well, he heard that I coached his friend and he approached me for help. These are all folk who can collectively best be described as regular people. So the only difference between these regular people who switched careers and the ones who didn't was some tips on what to study, a couple of mock interviews with feedback, and a small amount of guidance on how the process worked. A mere modicum of help in defogging the future was enough to enable these 7 to pick a path they preferred. They all landed software jobs making between $200,000 and $250,000, except for my first friend, who surpassed everyone, even me, and is doing even better. More on him in a moment. Now, maybe I've convinced you that having someone who can give you advice and guide you decisions will make your life so much easier. But what if you don't have that person? I'm going to give you 3 tips to get this help no matter who you know. But first, what kind of guide do I have myself? Let's look at this YouTube channel. It's small and I'm trying to grow it. I reached out to get help from the world's greatest YouTuber, a channel with nearly 42 billion views. But Baby Shark won't return my calls, and I don't know any successful YouTubers in real life. And even though lots of people leave comments with feedback, I have no idea who these people are and if they know what they're talking about. So how can you find a guide for your life? First, break your problems down. While it would be nice to have one super mentor who could guide you every step of the way, it's also great to get smaller advice from a bunch of people. For me, Baby Shark might not want to help, but I'm in a lot of communities and gotten help on thumbnails, on editing, on storytelling. Second, be outgoing in your attempts to find someone to guide you. Even loose connections are frequently willing to help if the ask is small enough. I have a lot of my former coworkers I'd give tech interviewing coaching to if they were to contact me. Third, the best person to help you is usually the person who is only 2 steps ahead of you. Remember that one friend I coached that leapfrogged past me? Well, he is making over $400,000 now, and I go to him for career advice. For those of you who are networking masters, this is all advice you don't need. For other introverts, it'll push you way out of your comfort zone. Remember, getting someone who can help guide you is so valuable, it's worth pushing for. Hey, you asked for advice? I know what would make your channel always better. More sharks. One last thing. Getting advice is great, but it's all useless if you don't have the focus to get things done yourself. Watch this video for a technique on how to improve your focus and decimate your tasks. Thanks for watching.